I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for coming in. So I know we first session we did the full intake process. I know that was kind of extensive. Um, I got a little bit of information about some of the symptoms that you're feeling. Just a little bit of a snapshot of what brought you into counseling. But when I start my sessions, I just want to kind of get a better understanding of who you are, and I'll ask. We'll get into the nitty gritty of things.
Okay,
How does that sound?
that's all me.
Got you. So, just tell me a little bit about yourself, Pat.
Um, well,
Mhm.
um, as a child, I was like really happy. I was close to my siblings. We were always doing things together, playing outside. My family, like my parents, I always had them around. They were always, you know, really nurturing and really there for us. Like if we had a problem, we know we can go to them. If we have, anything, happiness, sadness, us being mad, like we could always go to our parents no matter what. And then as I grew up, I had a lot of friends. I got to talk to whoever I feel like talking to because like it's never a stranger in my eyes because you know, I know that we all just want friendship. So
Yeah.
I'm always talking to people, enjoying their time. Um, I got I get into scholarship through school, so
Mhm.
no stress with that.
That's amazing.
Thank you. But yeah, I had no nothing bad really happened to me. And I would see myself having a great childhood, having a great um time in high school, college, like it's happy.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that people at those early stages they have like a really good support system. Um, would you say that you're still very close with your family now?
Well,
Mhm.
we're like we were close,
Right.
but then things began to happen. Things unfold, and now I don't talk to them really. And I just feel like every time I see them call, I get really irritated because why are you calling me?
Right.
Or I just don't. I don't feel the need to talk to them. I don't feel the need to sit there and gee with them, like, because why would I? Why would I? My life is my life right now. I don't want to indulge in everybody else's life. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like nieces, nephews, and I feel like I might be missing, milestones with them because they're young. But I also have I also have to think about be there for them. I don't want to talk to y'all. I don't want to. I don't want to sit there and pretend like I'm happy. Oh,
Gotcha. So I'm hearing that there's been a major change in that relationship dynamic. Because at one point y'all were very close knit, y'all know your support system, but now it's a disconnect.
mm,
Like decrease in communication, um, and your life is your life and their life is theirs.
yes.
Am I understanding that correctly? Gotcha. Well, I definitely want to put a pin in that. We'll circle back to that. Um, you mentioned that you also have children. How old are the children?
Well,
One. Are you married?
mhm. Yeah, I've been married for a while now. But he's always been there. You know, he's always been someone that I get to cry to. He's always been someone that I get to, confide in when I need them. And I think now
Mhm.
I just don't bother with work. Like I used to cook as I came home.
Right.
I've been at the same job for 12 years.
Mhm.
And like a routine that I was in. I come home, cook, clean, play with my kids, you know, homework, everything. Like,
Right.
like super mom. Like,
Yeah.
all the time. Like, that's what made me happy. And then after the kids were down, sleeping, like I get to spend time with my husband. We get to watch movies, we get to laugh, we get to talk. But now it's just like I don't want to talk to anyone. And I don't want to feel like I'm neglecting my children because I feel good, clean, and do for them. But it's like I'm not happy doing it anymore. And like a couple, almost 6 months, like almost basically almost half a year. Like I was the dynamic changed because I saw my life flash behind. So she was, okay, well, why am I putting my all into something that's right, not even caring?
Oh wow. Okay. Um, I just want to make sure that I'm tracking correct. That you identified two previous really strong support systems. Your first, like your relationship with your family, your brothers and your sisters, and then like your creative the family that you created so far. So you have it in both of those sectors you have witnessed like you've experienced like a very drastic disconnect from that. You mentioned one, the halting communication with your brothers and your sisters kind of being separated from their lives. And then your role as a mom and as a wife, though you though I acknowledge the fact that you're doing all of the duties that you feel are important for them, you're providing, and that's amazing. I'm glad that you brought because that can't be easy. Um, but it's not a labor of love. It's could I say that it might be draining? Is that a fair assumption? Or is that a little too loose?
I think that prior
Mhm.
to me not wanting to be around him, it was like I love doing that. That's what made me happy. Like
Right.
making seeing them smile and happy and all of that made me like extremely happy. But now it's just like, what am I doing?
Mhm.
Why is it all
Right.
can you not step up? Can you,
Mhm.
like I don't want to do it.
And I heard you say that this has been always this way. It was a change within like the last 6 months
Yeah.
and stemming from your life flashing before your eyes. Tell me, what does that mean? If you feel comfortable disclosing what happened that has caused this major change.
Well, so one day when I was eating I'm like, I'm in the food house. Gotta go pick up food. Like, gotta feed my children.
Yeah.
So I get to the store. I'm just, shopping like I normally do. Like the store is like it's like 7 minutes down the street. So I'm shopping, and all of a sudden I hear like loud noises, like screaming and yelling. And so I'm going down, I'll turn the corner, and it's a man standing. And man sitting there with the gun. He's like holding holding the cashier up and yelling for the money, saying, keep, give me all your money. And then he just kept turning and looking around at everybody. So I'm like, okay, well, let me drop. So, I dropped down, like, let me, try to at least protect myself. But then it's this man next to me, and he's like, basically yelling at the man too, like yelling back at him, trying to help the cashier. But in my head, I'm thinking, man, you're not supposed to do that. Like, everything at your battle. So what are you doing? But you should, because that's his life. So he's like yelling at the cashier, the man holding the cashier up. The man's literally moving the gun back and forth. And so I'm like, it's 1 minute it's on her, 1 minute it's on the man. Mm-hmm. And like he's literally standing like right next to me. And so then the man, tries to move towards him to, try to help the cashier. And then all I hear is 3 shots. And the man just drops down right in front of me. So I'm literally just shaking. The robber comes over there and looks. I'm like turning my head like not make eye contact because like that I gotta be home with my kids. Like I got a life. I can't handle this. Like I have to, go about my life. And then I'm just sitting here and I turn as I hear sirens and I'm like, okay, so maybe this all be over. Like eventually, maybe it'll be over. It felt like I was sitting there and looking at this man on the ground bleeding out for hours. But eventually, I don't know. It's like I I blacked out. Like I don't even yeah, I just remember seeing this man laying next to me on the ground just lifeless. And I've never seen anybody killed. Two, I've never seen a dead body. Like I don't even remember going to funerals a lot. Right. Like all the people that's close to me are still here. Mm-hmm. So it's like, wow, like it's a body next to me. And that's all I remember. One minute I'm just, let me hurry up and go in, get in and out the store so I can go home and cook. To I'm looking at the body. I'm fine. I'm basically feel like I'm about to fight. And so yeah, life has been really horrible. It's been trash. I don't like it. And I just don't understand.
Well, first, I, my heart pours out. I can't imagine what it felt like to be in that situation, to see something so horrific.
Mm.
Like, I'm sorry to hear that. It could have been a thing to experience. And I know individuals that witness that, they they experience it first and then immediately after, sometimes they have to do the retelling. So that's almost like a re-traumatization of that. In the days from after the incident, tell me a little bit about your mental state.
So when after talking to the police officers and basically they got in contact with my husband, like comes to me. And I'm literally just there. Like everything is just it's a blur. Like I'm here, but I'm not here.
Right.
And so he's like in my face, like, "Are you okay? Are you doing blah blah? I'm happy you're okay." And I was looking the whole time, I'm like just there, like I hear him, but I can't fix my lips to speak to him. And so like he doesn't even let me drive home. He's like, "No, get in his car." And so I get in the car. I'm like, "Well, I ain't like, where the kids? Like,
Right.
who are they?" And he said they were at a neighbor's house. So as we go home, he's like, "Okay, I'm going to give him a home. Like, I don't want to be around anybody. Like, I don't even want to be around him." So I go in the house and I go into our guest room and I just shut the door and lock it. And I stay there. Like, I just stay there.
Right.
Me staying there that night moved on to a week. Like, I'm just in the room by myself. I'm in the room. Like, he'll bring me food, but I don't want to go back home. Like, I just don't want to. Like, I'm just up in this room. Just me. Like, I just want to be with me. I don't want to be with them. I don't want to be around anybody. During that first week, I just want to be with them. And so it was, I'm so late. I was fucking along by myself. So those first 5 to 7 days was just, I would stay home. He would drop off food. He would, I cut my phone off, so I didn't talk to anybody. I missed work. And yeah, just didn't care.
Got you. What specifically about that isolation? Because you mentioned you wanted to feel safe. What about the isolation, being separated from your family and work, and kind of just disconnecting from them? What about that experience in that state made you say,
I was more, I was in control. Like nothing was coming in, nothing was going out. So I'm just here, make sure I'm here, make sure nothing's happening to me. I'm just here. I don't have to worry about, oh, I need to go out and do something or go get something. Because if I just stay in this room and my basic needs are met because my husband is dropping things off, why do I need to go out? Like I can stay here. Well, I can be okay. I don't want to help you. Helping people clearly doesn't help you.
hmm, that is a it's an interesting point of view. Said helping people, and please correct me if I'm wrong. Helping people doesn't do that.
Yes, because when we were at the store, the man tried to help the cashier.
Right,
He's not here anymore because he tried to help.
right.
If he would have just relaxed,
Mhm.
maybe the robber would just took the money and left. But he basically, I don't know, put everybody's life in danger. So it's like I understand like he tried to help, but now he's gone. And what if he had him? Like I don't know how his life was, but what if he had
Right.
family? What if the robber would have got mad and like was just shooting people? I would have been able to come on. And so it's like, why would you do that? Why would you step out and try to help?
Mhm.
Why now it's like it escalated. And I feel like me being in my guest room by myself, I'm okay.
Because you're not helping. You're focused. But stay yourself. That's what you say.
Yeah.
Um, my question with that is, what about your you engaging with them in this? Excuse me, actually, because you mentioned the fact that you going out, engaging with people, I guess, in the sense helping them would put you in danger. What danger would be presented in a scenario outside of a robber or somebody?
Well, I was really big with like my community. I helped out a lot, even when it came to like church. I was always there, helping food banks, everything. Right. It's like I feel like me being out there helping, I'm just out in the open. Anything can happen. I can't
Right.
stop it.
Oh wow.
Like
Yeah.
that's what's scaring us. And then I get to thinking like if I do go back out and help, like something's gonna happen. Like
Mhm.
I picture the exact same thing each and every time I think about going outside of my house. I picture now, I picture the man. I can see the man that got killed. I can see his entire face. I can literally hear him telling the man to stop and relax. Or him just telling the cashier, just give him everything. I just like I'm still there. Like I'm looking dead at people and
Right.
it's just I don't want that to happen. Like I don't want to be out in the community helping somebody and then I'm the one to get hurt. I don't want to like I don't even want to go to church and like that's always been like my family. We've always been church goers. We've always built a connection. My family grew up in the same exact church. I've done the same exact thing since I was a child. And so even when church is like, God, why would you let that happen? If we're out here doing things to help others, like I said, I participate in food banks, anything. Why would you let that happen, especially when someone's trying to help the cashier? So like, what's the point of helping? Right. Don't make sense. And every time I even think about picking up, like picking myself up and going outside of the guest room, it's like, do I really do that? Like, am I okay? Do I really help right everybody? Am I okay? And after the first initial me going, my husband was like, "Oh, we need to try to go do something." And I'm like, I don't even want to be around anybody. And so he's like, okay, well, he's like, okay. He's like, all right, we'll do. We'll let you, come on your own. So I would say 3 months later,
Yes.
I tried to go back out and do things. Like, it's like I made it to a stoplight. And that's it. I don't want to be around anyone. I don't want to always look over my shoulder because now it's like I'm looking over my shoulder to make sure no one's trying to kill me or make sure no one's trying to take anything or to even look at society and see who's attacking them. Like I just think I'm in the same situation here.
In those thoughts and what I'm hearing are flashbacks going back into that space where you didn't feel safe. Those those thoughts come back when you are operating outside of your safe zone, the guest room, and engaging. So being that, because I heard you say that it took 3 months for you to decide to finally leave the house and you couldn't get past a stoplight. How has this isolation kind of separation from your community impacted the different degrees, the different factors?
I think when it comes to like at home with my husband, we're used to like going out and spending time. Like we do family things all the time. Every weekend, we make sure on Saturday that we go out with our kids and do something with them. I haven't been able to do any of that. Even on Sundays when we go to church, we always go to church and our families come together and we get to be with each other. I don't even want to do that, but again, why would I go to church? Like, why won't be looking over me if that's because oh my God, why did you love me? And then it's like at home when it comes to me and my husband, like we just when I do come after him, I walk by. Like that's it. I'm used to coming home and like I come home like 30 minutes before he gets there. And when he comes in, he's like, we greet each other, we hug each other, we kiss each other, do things like that. We talk, go through our day as we're helping homework with our kids. And then I go to cooking. But now I don't want to, I like going to work, so I don't really care what's going on. Like, they told me I couldn't come back until basically I'm me. Because I'm arguing with people at work as well. Like, it's like every relationship in my life, I'm arguing. At work, I'm arguing. With my husband, I'm arguing. My kids, I'm arguing. Kids already, they're already a little tough. So it's like, that's an everlasting argument with kids. Not going to get tired. Right. When it comes to like, again, my family, I don't even talk to them. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with that. So it's like everything is an argument. I can't get along with it. there's just, I don't know, there's some women sometimes, but do what I said so it could be correct. Or my husband just don't talk to me right now because I can't handle the conversation. I don't want to hear about your day because I mean I'm glad you came home. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. I'm glad he's home because I really need him. So it's like it's it somewhat scares me. Like I don't know. I just don't feel like we around. Yeah, I don't. Like usually I can play with my kids and laugh and everything. It's like I'm forcing to laugh at them when I am out there. And I'm only out there around if they get home. Or like as soon as I get there, they're coming in from after school. And it's like I gotta force myself. If he gets home, as soon as he gets home, we walk past each other and I go back to the guest room. And then he figures out dinner. So that's not for me.
Because I have to acknowledge the fact that as you kind of spoke and talked about different hats that you were wearing before the before the incident, just being a wife, being a mother, being a homemaker and a provider, on top of working in the active, those are a lot of hats that you're wearing. And so I can see how when that structure came in, rocked, shook up how you present all of those spaces. And so I don't want you to judge how you're presenting space because what you're feeling is very valid. And I heard you say, so I just want to start processing correctly. I heard you speak about one of the major things is your faith and the questioning that is coming out where it's like, God, you are a major space in my life. Why did you let this happen? Tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. I just been feeling like go to church, go to church. You
Mhm.
hear he's an all knowing God. Why, if you knew everything, then why you ain't know that was going to happen? Why you didn't protect everybody? Or why would you, you see everything on the world too. Like, why would you let all this suffering happen? Why don't you intervene? Like, we go to church, we worship, we, again, do a whole bunch of service things. Like, go to food bank, we go help in the community when it's Christmas, Thanksgiving. We do drives, everything. We participate. My family participates in everything. So I want my kids to understand that they have things that others don't have and to give back. But it's like, what's the point? Because, like, in the blink of an eye, who's get killed? Like, anything can happen. So, why aren't we fully protected if we're supposed to? If that's the basis of a lot of things that we read in the scriptures, and why are we, you know, why are we not really protected? So it's like, I just, I don't know, I don't want to go to church. I don't even want to go to food banks because why am I healthy? And like, I understand that we don't do things to get something out of it.
Right, exactly.
But I don't want to die either.
Mhm.
And I just, I don't know, seeing that man try to help somebody and then in turn lose his life, like, I could drop him. Right. And so it's just, I just keep questioning, I keep questioning faith. And I understand you're not supposed to question any of that.
Right.
But I can't help it. Like, I'm confused. And I don't want to go to church and everybody just smile and touch hugging. Because, anything happen. Like, something happened in church. Like it's all I think about is things about to happen, or somebody has something that's going to hurt someone. So it's just I'd rather just not do it.
So just even the thought, the faintest possibility of something happening possibly is sending back to that isolation.
Yeah. Making me feel like I have to protect me. Even if you try to protect them, they really
When you say even if you try to protect others, they're not protect. Tell me what a word.
um hopeless. Like there's really no hope. Yeah, try to protect somebody could come to like oh, you actually protected them, you actually did. Right, you complete the goal. Right. But also like or you can with your life that was there at the same time that you did intervene. And I just feel hopeless. Like I feel hopeless. I feel like I'm just here. Like I'm not really I don't I exist but I don't exist. So like I'm here for my friend. I'm here about and here like I'm a mom. I don't want to be a mom right now. A wife. I don't want to be a wife. I'm a sister. I'm someone's child. I don't want to be any of those titles. I don't even I don't you know,
My question to you is, are the dissociating from all of those roles, because I'm hearing you say that you don't want to be a wife, you don't want to be a sister. Is the disconnection and or the dissociation coming from you not wanting to potentially lose somebody you care about? So removing yourself from that space is protecting you from the looming idea that you could be like you could lose your home or they
because I did grow up in a tight and I did grow up around like everyone again, everyone's still
Mhm.
the ones I grew up with, they're still alive. Like yeah, like my grandparents still alive. Like I know they're getting older, but like they're still alive. So I've never dealt with death. Right. And although the death wasn't close to me personally, I was there. I watched the body drop. And so I just feel like I shouldn't be around. Like I think like I'm just scared. I don't want to feel that feeling anymore, but I still feel it every single day, every single night. I'm just, it's in, I'm just so, it's like, can't do anything. And me being around my children, I don't want to be happening to them. I don't want anything to happen to any of them. Right. So it's like, I'm trying to be there. I just want to be okay.
so you were moving your do you feel like you were moving yourself is in a way protecting?
You know? 'Cause if we were to get in that situation, my husband would jump at the first sign to help.
Right.
But then what if you jump at the first sign and me gets killed? Then that's on me. And now I have a husband, my kids have a father. I just feel like I picture my husband not being there the same way I'm over here always thinking of the man was probably husband and man was probably father. Okay. And like I just any aspect of my life, I relate it back to that. Like if I'm just there all the time. Like I'm at that grocery store on the floor looking at it over and over and keep continuously. So it's like I have to get away from it. I have to figure it out. Um, I'm not sleeping really. I'm in the guest room. I just talk a lot and then I go to sleep. Like if I say I feel like because I think that I'm like feeling like I hear the screams, I hear the gunfire, like I hear it.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I'm not gonna go sleep.
So we're dealing with the fact of a loss of sleep as well. I want to circle back because you said that again. The overarching thing that I'm hearing is that you're separating yourself from your connection because it can leave you in that scenario and picture your husband, the gentleman that you're being in the robbery, and it could have been him. But you also stated that it would be your fault if he was to be injured as well. But I'm processing that correctly. Explain to me how it would be your fault that they would in that situation or in harm's way.
Because I feel like in that situation, my husband's instinct would
Mhm.
be that
Mhm.
his instinct would make sure I'm okay. So him with those instincts and like in the robber situation, like
Mhm.
he's gonna let anything happen.
Mhm.
So the same way that that robber killed that man would kill my husband because he's trying to help.
Mhm.
And that scares me. And it's like, oh, maybe I should go out or be right. 'Cause I just don't want that. Like I'm tired of it. Like I'm just scared.
I, I can imagine how frustrating it could be to constantly be transported back into that space where you don't feel safe and you almost feel powerless and you're coming face to face to the uncertainties of the world.
It's like, are we sure you're okay? Like, because I feel like I lost. I feel like my life was so happy
Mhm.
prior. Like I was out with others. I was with my siblings. I was, you know, on family trips, family outings, all of that. And so now it's just like it's not in control. Anything can happen at any point. And it's like, who's gonna stop me? What's there to do? And I feel like I lost myself. I want to get back to me. I want to get back to myself, but it's so hard always picturing the store. Like I can literally still smell the store. And so then it's been very uncertain, very, I would say chaotic,
Mhm.
but like I'm securing myself in my guest room, but like my work is chaotic. Right? Like again, it's like your brain is constantly in that limbo and it won't be.
You mentioned getting back to you. What would that look like?
I mean, going back to work, because I mean, I'm the same job, so it's clearly I like it.
Right.
So it's like I used to be, cool with my coworkers, we go out, do things, and now it's like they irritate my entire soul. Like it's like they're constantly not listening or something. I don't know. But it's like I'm telling them to do something a certain way because that's how it's supposed to be done.
Right.
If you don't do it a certain way, then something can happen. Like you don't understand that. And so like I feel like oh me, I can talk, laugh with them.
Hmm.
Like when I'm at work, I feel like I'm not at work because we've all worked together for so long that it's normal. And so when I did go on leave, I mean, oh, I was told you need to go see such and such. Like I'm close to my coworker, so they did see the difference in me. As far as family wise, the old me again, I was happy. Like I came home again, play with my kids, cook, clean. If I did need to clean, because like we all work together. Like it's never just me. I chose to do it. Like I chose to do it. I like cooking. I like doing things for my family and making them happy. So it's like I would come in the house, kids would come in after school, just talk. We'll get everything together. Like we'll play for a little bit. I would check homework. If homework isn't done, then go ahead and fix that so we can get that done. I would cook. We'll get ready, get the kids ready for bed together because we spent most times together doing that. And then we would relax. We would watch a movie. Every night we make sure we watch the movie so we spend time with each other. So we don't have to just be like, oh, we spend time with each other getting kids to bed. No, we spent, time together. And we'll just watch a movie, go home and go to bed. Like it was just like my safe space. Like he's always been my safe space. My family has always been my safe space. So it's like, yeah. Or sometimes I'll be up all night talking to my sister. And yeah, now it's like, you know, I talk to my mom every day. I don't really talk to her anymore. We have a group chat. We talk to each other like consistently every day. And so now it's just kind of weird. Honestly. We had, I just want to get back to that part of because I was hacked. I didn't need everything like something like attacks or I didn't constantly think of what just happened over and over and over.
I appreciate you painting a picture for me. The idea of pursuing back to the roles that you were going to. Because although, you're wearing different hats, that's like it's pouring back into your cup. Um, so in the sense that, let's say, just sudden, all of the feelings of dread, powerless, um, the the flashbacks of being back in that space where the robbery happened, say all of those disappear. What would what would Pat do in the session?
I think if all of that disappeared, I would go to my family. I would plan something with my siblings, their kids, my kids, my husband, even my parents. That's something that was a norm for us. Like we're always big on family. We'll plan something like plan going out to eat, going to a trampoline park, something so that we could spend time. And I feel like if what has happened just wasn't there, I would be with my family. I would be happy with them. we would go back to helping out the community. We would go back to church, like spend like a good 12 hours in church on Sunday. That's normal. Like
Right.
we get to be with each other. We get to be with every arts independent. And so like I feel like we would be more I would be happy. I would be more cheerful. I would have purpose. Like I've always had a purpose because my kids, the community, my siblings, there was a purpose. Now it's more of we're just here to die.
That's an insightful thing that you just mentioned. The parallel of having a purpose to now you're here on this earth just to die. It's the situation that you endured, that traumatic experience. Do you feel like it robbed you of your purpose?
Yes, I feel like it showed me that no matter what you do, bad things will happen.
Mhm.
No matter how much you feel, no matter how happy you are, bad things are gonna happen. It's like you can literally be this person that does nothing but good. Right. Like you can make sure that you're like a great citizen. You go out helping no matter what it is, you are helping. You can be a great spouse. You can be a great parent. You can even do things like go the extra mile and do things that don't even have nothing to do with you.
Right.
But something bad going and that's all we take. So does anybody see that? Like, does anybody care about the good you did? Is it worth it? Right. Or do you just go through life and do it and be like, because you want that?
All of those feelings are very valid. I challenge you to think about the things that you've done. I want to circle back into your presence within the church and how that is like the center of like volunteering and like philanthropy and things of that nature. Up until before this point, you have been pouring into that sector of your life. Do you feel like you have reaped the benefits of those things before this point?
Yes. Only because when I do things with church, it's like it doesn't feel like a task. Like it never felt like a task. It felt like family involvement. Like it didn't feel like I was doing something because it was fun because we were all laughing, enjoying each other, and helping at the same time. So we were benefiting, being around each other and laughing and just together while also helping others.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it helped a lot. Like I was okay. And I think now is more again, what's the point?
Right. But to your point, the good things that you have done in your community have poured back into you that's like the way you connect with your family, things of that nature. I challenge you to consider how those two thoughts, do you feel like they contradict each other?
I can see that. It's like
Mm.
because I was happy. I did enjoy, right, doing what I was doing. I did get something out of it. I was happy. I was enjoying life at this time.
Right.
So yeah, I do think it's just I guess now it's hard for me to actually be okay and also be okay enough to get back to that space. But again, that wasn't norm, and now it's like I'm supposed to shake it up a bit, right? And yeah, I just feel here.
Mhm.
And it's a figure here. That's it. So yeah, that they give me, or they give me,
Mhm.
they give me a lot.
Yeah. The center of your being, who you are as a person. And just listen to you, like hearing you speak, all of those things that give you purpose are still here. But what I'm seeing is you are disconnecting yourself from those things, but you're scared of losing. Right? Would you could you see how disconnected from those spaces no longer nourishing those different parts of yourself is also removing that from you. But instead of somebody else taking it, you're contributing to those parts of your identity not being.
So yeah, actually, yeah. I'm so scared of something happening
Mhm.
that things that I did to make it happen, I basically stopped. Right. I basically said, you know, I don't need it. When in all actuality, that's
Yeah.
what would make me happy. That was who I am. That was my purpose. And now that I am the one that removed it, it's like I cut it confused. I'm the one it away from me. Right? And the purpose that I did have is diminished because I haven't been yeah, yeah, I can see that a lot. I can see that I didn't like I get messages from my group chat or things going on. And I just choose I choose to stay. And I encourage like my husband let's go ahead without me. And let me do it. And so I can see how me myself has affected more. I feel like I got so scared that I just stopped. I'm so scared of something happening. I'm so scared of losing someone or my, losing myself physically that I just stopped.
It's easier for you to let it go than because you have control.
So if I feel like it was more traumatic. If it was forced away.
Mhm.
Opposed.
It being your choice.
Yeah.
And here you speak about it. The core of the some of the issue, some of your stress is the idea of losing those parts of yourself, loving your family, losing losing those connections, losing that support. I would would like to know, what do you think your first steps would be to getting back to that?
I think that my husband has all the ideas. Whether it's just, family time in the house or outside the house. Right. Try to like at this point. And as I've just been pregnant,
Mhm.
I can try like to start getting annoying.
Mhm.
Try not to yell. Right. Try to just speak to them instead of at them.
Mhm.
And I can try to be more present for them. Ask him how to say it. Right. But although I'm not good, he's still it.
Mhm.
And I give them both good a lot of paper. So I could work on that.
And circling back to what mainly keeps you in the house is the presence of a flashback and just overwhelming. In counseling, thing one of the ways that clients that I deal with that have experienced similar things, whether it's being overstimulated or the surroundings inducing stress, and that stress being a trigger for flashback or a true thought. Things that a technique that I wouldn't say just works for them. Something that they lean on to, something that we like to call mindfulness. And mindfulness is just being aware of the space that you're in. When individuals have flashbacks, things that I've heard you say is like an association, being disconnected from yourself, outside of your body, and having those flashbacks. Mindfulness brings us back to our environment. So I want to do a little exercise before we go, just because, share a lot of it. I appreciate you being so open and honest with and just coming to get back to who you want to get back to. So just to do a little break in the session, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to do a deep breath in from your nose to 4 seconds. I want you to hold 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. I want you to open your eyes. I want you just he's gonna go through all of our. So the first thing I want you to point out is 5 things.
Wow. Shit.
4 things.
Shoes. Shoes.
3 things. 2 things. To think back to something that might give you comfort. I think well, a combination. And then lastly, one thing. Everybody. It's challenging. So when did you identify a first step, and that's me on Christ, possibly going out your pain. And I acknowledge that as this early stage of you acknowledging the mental state that you're in, that the thought of that might be anxiety inducing, might bring you back into those flashbacks. But a part of it is recognizing those triggers, and because they're going to pop up, and grounding yourself back into those things, back into your environment. So when a trigger comes up, you have those anxiety, those racing thoughts, those intrusive thoughts, going through those mindfulness exercises, doing that, um, that can bring you back into that space, that positive space. How do you feel about it? Well, I think good. I feel like making myself good. Right. Would great help. Keep that in mind. And then another thing that I want to speak to you about is part of our counseling, our counseling journey. One, this is just a safe space for you to get to work through thoughts and things of that nature. And I'm just somebody that's walking along with. But another aspect of that is the idea of diagnosis. When you hear that word, what's the thoughts that come up? Something's wrong. Okay. Well, in counseling, when we think about diagnosis, I would say it's something wrong. It's just the experience. It's just as we go through the things of life, we just it's just a name of a collection of symptoms and things that are being present. And as I'm hearing you talk about 6 months of flashbacks, anxiety, avoiding the spaces where triggers were present, things of that nature. In my experience, individuals that have those certain markers and criteria, they are related to, connected to what post traumatic stress disorder. That's something that you've heard about before.
Yeah, I heard it on TV. Like,
Yeah. Uh, Basically, what PTSD is a you experience traumatic event, whether it's or it happened to you specifically, and the trauma that came from that experiences leads to complete change in your brain processing, how you perceive things, and going back to those flashbacks, it puts you right back in that space where you are experiencing it over and over and over. And so, based off of the things that we've discussed today, I think that you would be somebody that would fall into the category of PTSD. And that's not necessarily to say that there's something wrong. It's just, it is you could view it as an answer to some of the symptoms. And having that answer allows us to work on more specific things so we can get you back to feeling like happy. How does that sound for you?
that's good. I think
Mhm.
I'm happy to know that it's something to work towards. Yeah, hope we get back to
Mhm.
outlets.
Because on the other side of that is knowing a name, it dictates how treat. Because looking at some of the things, some people might look at some of the things that you've been dealt with, like, oh, you're depressed. But we handle depression quite differently than post traumatic stress disorder. That makes sense. So, like, people that are depressed aren't going to present with, like, flashbacks and stuff like that, like you've been describing. So, just having that diagnosis, it's not a stigma. There's nothing wrong. Just somebody that is having it, and just having that diagnosis helps me be the best counselor for you. That, that makes sense. Gotcha. Any questions that are centering around that?
I'm just happy that I know something. I'm
Yeah.
happy that there's something to start from to work towards something else.
Work towards something else. Yeah.
So I'm just relieved that I have something that tells me what's been going on.
And the beauty of it, it's not correct. There are ways for you to overcome, and this is a defining moment. It is. I acknowledge the fact that this is extremely difficult for you, and you've been navigating it the best way that you know how. Um, but as you described, you want to get back to your community. You want to get back into your family. The core, that's the essence of your support. So, well, as we go through our session, we will tailor it towards making sure that you are getting back to the best version, and however that looks like, and how you define it. That's it.
You're going.
So you identify wanting to get back to being more connected. Um, when it comes to PTSD, moving at a comfortable pace is key. So short term goal. What would be a short term goal that you'd like to see go forward?
just trying to interact
Mhm.
with the family I created.
Right.
That's, I think that needs to be addressed.
Okay. So maybe even potentially coming back, I guess, with a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's what's like,
maybe having breakfast. That'll be breakfast. Just for start. That sounds cool.
Mm.
So that's a one goal that I would love to see in our next session. And as a homework assignment, I want you to write it as you go through the next week or so, when triggers come up that might bring back flashbacks. I want you to write those down and implement, grab the mindfulness strategy, and just journal what the trigger was, and after doing the mindfulness exercise, what feelings came after. That sounds that sounds okay.
Mm.
Okay.
I handle it.
And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're in the beginning stages, so we'll continue to work it out and iron it out and tailor it to your specific. That sounds good. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you next session. Thank you. Of course. Thank you.